Those at work were near in age. To me, were getting married, one by one. And I too was thinking of proposing to my girlfriend, whom I live with now. That boring office worker is me, Yuto Takano.
Senpai!
This person here, that is a bit too close for professionalism, is my one and only subordinate, Himeno Akizuki. She is 3 years younger than I am, and I was assigned to be her mentor on her first year here. What's up? I look back at her as I was packing my things to leave on the clock.
I hope things work out well.
She was looking up at me and signaling me good luck. What could I say to please my girlfriend? What kinds of gifts she might enjoy? All those things I had no clue about. Himeno Akizuki was the one to give me advice. And I had already told Akizuki that I had planned to propose to my girlfriend that night. The reason being, it is my girlfriend's birthday today. Yep, I'll try my best to make the most out of all that you've taught me.
I might just text you if I get too anxious about what she had responded.
I left the office with Akizuki happily seeing me off. I had made a reservation at a fancy restaurant that would usually be out of my reach. I had prepared a ring, so I was ready. As I headed on my way, very anxiously, I saw something unimaginable.
Thanks for everything.
I was greeted by an unknown man and my girlfriend, Rena Saekusa. Rena pushed the key to our place into my chest. What's going on? It was clear what was happening here, but my mind was refusing to understand. Hey, don't tell me you're that stupid. The unknown man said mockingly. My heart was filling with rage. Hey, Rena, did you bring a guy like him just to mock me and to break up with me?
Otherwise, you wouldn't have given up on me, would you?
Rena admitted immediately. I paid most of the rent as well as our day-to-day spendings. Even then, Rena was so beautiful, I felt she was too good for me, and I believed that she had chosen me despite that. That's why she was my main motivation for work, and had decided to ask her to marry me. But why?
I had to hold back on a lot of things while I was with you. Did you notice that? You weren't that good on bed either, so...
Rena sneered at me. I guess this is what it feels like when you spend an extraordinary amount of money on a prostitute and don't get any love back, I thought to myself.
So that's it. Bye.
Rena didn't even look back as she got in the passenger seat of the guy's expensive-looking vehicle. That was too bad. Well, my dad runs a business, so I won't keep you unsatisfied. The guy said as he got into the driver's seat and drove away. Oh, what had I been working so hard for? All I had left was a feeling of emptiness. I woke up to the vibration of my phone going off. It looks like I had passed out to sleep in my disappointment. Hello? As I answered the phone with a voice so weak, even I was surprised by it.
Senpai, so how did it go? Well, I guess it isn't even worth asking.
I heard Himeno Akizuki's voice on the other end of the call. She had guessed the results from my voice, and I apologized to her in a disappointing tone. I couldn't put your advice to good use. Sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
Her voice sounded confused on the other end of the call. You know, I wasted your good intentions and wishes. She then proceeded to laugh.
It's so like you to worry about others before yourself. But for now, I think you need to worry about yourself a little more.
Upon hearing her light-hearted laugh, I looked over at the time and realized my mistake. Why didn't you tell me about this first? As I was about to be late to work, I decided last minute to take the half day off with the excuse of seeing the doctor. Our department had a great success in our most recent project, so we had a congratulatory party planned after work. Naturally, I was not in the mood to go.
I overheard you being scolded for bailing out last minute.
I heard a familiar voice on my way to the station. Oh, it's you, Akizuki. Don't you need to be at the party? Akizuki is our department's idol. It would have been a blast had she decided to go.
You're more important than a silly party, senpai.
Akizuki smiled with a mysterious smile on her face.
Would you mind if I asked you about what happened last night?
As Akizuki looked up at me with puppy dog eyes, I couldn't say no and started to talk about last night. I did fear that talking about it would feel like I'm embarrassing myself. But I also felt like I might feel better if I let it out. So I started talking.
Wow, your ex is really cruel.
Rena, listen to me talk sympathetically. Thanks for listening. It's the end of the month. Don't you have any plans of your own today? You don't need to waste your time on me, you know. This time she's using to be with her loser boss is a waste to her.
Plans? Nope, nothing for now.
Akizuki said as she looked at me with a playful look.
But I am about to get busy.
What does she mean by that? As I was trying to process what Akizuki was saying to me,
Senpai, aren't you angry? Don't you want to get back at them?
Rena and I's relationship ended with her making fun of me. What's done is done, but I do feel some resentment. Well, yeah, a little bit, but how? I asked, and Akizuki smiled back at me.
You need to find someone better and be happier than you ever were with her.
Someone better? I wouldn't be in this situation if I could find someone like that. So, are you going to introduce me to someone? I asked Akizuki jokingly.
She's right in front of you. Someone that can pick you up and be kind to you in your time of need.
Akizuki was looking at me with a devilish look on her face. Oh, just listen to what I gotta say. I have had quite a few drinks at the bar that Akizuki had invited me out to. Well, this might be just what I needed to forget something so traumatic. I thought in my already useless brain of mine as I downed another pint. Even then, there was one thing that I had realized. Why are you still acting sober, Akizuki?
I'm not as a big drinker as you are, so I'm taking my time.
It seemed that Akizuki was skillfully controlling the amount I was drinking.
So, shall we head out now?
Now that I think about it, I think that I had her listen to a fair amount of complaints and sad stories. I feel bad for making her stay any longer, so I guess I should head home. Plus, Akizuki probably wants to leave by now too. Although I felt like I wanted to stay longer, we paid the bill and headed out the door.
Senpai, you're walking all wobbly.
Akizuki is shorter than me, so inevitably she looked up at me. Really? I can go on my own though? If anything, I could walk you out to the station too.
Senpai, do you even know what time it is now?
After being told that, I looked down at my watch and realized that it is well past midnight. Has the last train already left? With my wobbly legs, it looks like it might take up to 20 minutes to get to the station. So it looks like I won't make it in time for the last train. The last trains leave pretty early in this town. That is far from what you would consider urban.
Yep, so why don't we stop somewhere for a break?
Akizuki said with her face right up to mine. I can't help but look at the well-balanced face of the office idol. So, sure. I guess it was due to all the alcohol, but I just nodded and was taken into a building that looked like something out of a fairy tale.
Good morning, Senpai. Would you like some coffee?
I wake up and I saw Akizuki in her underwear. Did I do something I shouldn't have? My memory is gradually coming back to me. I had Akizuki listen to me talk about my problems at the bar. We didn't make the last train and then...
You were acting really clingy last night.
Akizuki said teasingly as she watched for my reaction. So, you're fine with this, Akizuki? I asked, and she pouted at me.
You promised me last night that you would call me by my name, Himeno, not my last name, Akizuki.
Did I? Sorry. I rushed to apologize. Then Himeno said,
Don't you have something else you have to say to me?
As long as I slept with her on a whim, I guess I need to take responsibility for my actions. Yeah, I promise to take responsibility should anything happen. I didn't say that because it was the right thing to say, but I said it with Himeno's personality in mind.
It doesn't have to be when something happens, you know? Because I like you, senpai.
Why me? I couldn't look straight back at her when she was looking at me with such intimate eyes. So I asked while looking away from her.
You were the one who helped me through work when I had no knowledge or experience. You cover for me, even when I messed up. You're kind.
Himeno started to look shy too and looked away. I see.
So, what I'm trying to say is, I want you to take responsibility for me, like, you know?
Although I did feel some remorse for feeling this way right after a breakup, but I had feelings for Himeno at this moment. So Himeno, please let me take responsibility, and please help me get my little revenge.
That's more like it.
Himeno said as she leaned in for a kiss. I wish you well in your job search and your future career. It's the I wish you well email again, so I didn't get the job. I was walking home from the convenience store when I received the email. I read the email and sighed. I was in university, and I only had a year left until graduation. My friends were receiving job offers, but I kept receiving rejection emails. I felt like society was denying my existence. It would have been nicer if I had a girlfriend who could cheer me up, but I didn't. I never had a girlfriend since I was born. But it wasn't my fault. My junior high and high school were both boys' school, and my university was a science university, and there are very few girls. I just didn't have an opportunity. At least, that was what I wanted to believe. I was so depressed, but kept walking home with a soulless expression on my face. Suddenly, something bumped into me. It wasn't a huge impact, but I was caught off guard. Anyways, I was startled and dropped the shopping bag. Jeez, whoa, shit! I was obviously having a bad day. The bag I dropped had a steaming hot Odin inside.
I'm sorry.
It was a little girl who bumped into me. She then fell on the ground, and she was about to cry. Fortunately, she didn't get splashed by my steaming hot Odin. It's fine. I wasn't looking where I was going to. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm sorry. She suddenly started running and I'm so sorry.
A girl came running towards me in panic. She was the neighbor of mine. We sometimes greeted each other when we saw each other in the hallway, but I knew nothing about her. She was so beautiful, but she lived in the same old and shabby apartment as me. I secretly had a crush on her whenever she greeted me with a smile in the mornings. I felt like being recharged with energy. It's fine. I'm okay.
Oh, your clothes. You're soaking wet. Is it because she bumped into you?
Well, yeah, kinda. I dropped my shopping bag and...
I'm so sorry. You're my neighbor, right? Would you like to have dinner with us tonight? I can wash your clothes while we have dinner.
No, it's fine. It's nothing.
No, I can't let you go like that. Huh? Brother, are you coming to my house? Come with me. You have to come with me.
I tried to decline, but the sisters insisted in the end. I agreed to have dinner with them. To be honest, I felt so lucky to be able to get an opportunity to get to know her better. She was such a beautiful girl that she could easily become an actress. We introduced ourselves while having dinner. Her name is Satomi Inoue. She was living with her younger sister, Chihiro-chan, who was in the second year of primary school. Satomi-san looked too young to be Chihiro-chan's mother, so it made sense when she told me that she was her sister.
Our parents passed away in a car accident a year ago. They eloped and they completely cut ties with their family, so we don't have any relatives. I was already an adult, so I decided to live with my sister like this.
I see.
I'm sorry, I know it's such a depressing story. We do feel lonely sometimes because we only have each other, but I have to stay strong for Chi-chan.
My sister's busy working, so I help my sis a lot too.
Hey, can we become friends?
Of course! Tell me if you need anything. I'm always here to help you if you need me. We're neighbors after all. That was how our relationship started. Satomi-san was around my age, and Chi-chan was very friendly to me, so we got closer in no time. Whenever I was home on the weekdays, Chi-chan came to my room after school, and we worked on her homework until Satomi-san came back from work. There were times when we had dinner together. Satomi-san cooked delicious meals for us, and I was thankful for her because I usually only had ready-made meals. Whenever she cooked for me, I went grocery shopping for her in return.
Hey, I want to go on a date with you next Sunday. I want to go to the aquarium to see the dolphins.
We're just going out. It's not a date.
It is a date because I'm marrying you, brother.
Well, Chi-chan, I think marriage is too early for you.
Then I'll marry you 10 years later. Hey, Chi-chan, don't trouble Akira-san like that. You're just jelly because you like brother too. I'm not giving brother to you, sis. What? Chi-chan? What are you on about? Anyways, you want to go to the aquarium, right? We should all go together. What do you think?
Satomi-san talked it away, but I couldn't be happier if she truly liked me. Well, I knew she didn't hate me, but I was hoping that she had a romantic interest in me. To me, Chi-chan was only a cute younger sister. Besides, I'm a criminal if I was truly interested in her. Days had passed after we got closer. It was a weekend. I had to run an errand at the university, so we didn't have any plans, but Chi-chan called me.
Brother, help us! My sis is dying.
Huh? What do you mean? What happened?
My sis was run over by a car.
She was run over by a car? And where are you, Chi-chan? Did you call the police and the ambulance?
I don't know, but I came to the hospital with my sis on an ambulance.
That's good. So are you at the hospital? Do you know the name of the hospital?
I don't know. I don't want my sis to die.
Right. Then, can you ask someone for the name of the hospital and tell that to me?
Okay. It's Central Hospital.
Thanks. You're such a good girl. Chi-chan, I'm coming, so just wait for me. I was so restless while I rushed to Central Hospital. There was nothing I could do there other than wait with Chi-chan because I wasn't her family. I couldn't tell how horrible the accident was from the call from Chi-chan. I was just hoping that Satomi-san was alive.
Brother!
Chi-chan, you're such a good girl.
Are you a family member of Inoue-san?
No, I'm her friend.
I see. Do you know her relatives?
Apparently, she doesn't have any.
Okay. Do you mind if I have your name? I'll ask Inoue-san if she wants to see you.
So she's okay?
Yeah, she needs to be hospitalized, but it's not life-threatening.
Good!
Please wait here until we're done with the treatment.
We waited for another few hours until the nurse called us to Satomi-san's room. Satomi-san was lying on the bed with casts and bandages wrapped around her arms and legs.
Sis, I thought you were gonna die like Mom and Dad. I'm sorry that I made you worry, but I can't die like this. I won't leave you alone, Chi-chan.
I'm so glad that you're alive. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack when Chi-chan called me.
Akira-san, thank you for being with Chihiro. She must have been really worried and lonely. I felt so relieved when I saw your face, too.
I heard you're gonna be hospitalized for a while. Chi-chan can stay at my place while you're here, so just get some rest. Just tell me if you need anything. I'm here to help you with anything.
I'm so sorry that I'm causing such a trouble, but I think I have to accept your kind offer.
Well, Satomi-san was hospitalized, Chi-chan lived with me, and we visited Satomi-san every day. I had to go to the university, and I had to keep searching for a job too, so I knew I wasn't handling everything perfectly, but I wanted to support them so bad. After she was discharged from the hospital, I was mostly with the sisters to help them with everyday life. I felt like I became their family member, and I wish that I could become their family member one day. You look much better now.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with everyday chores. I can go back to work now too. I can't thank you enough, Akira-san. I know you were busy with the university and the job hunting too. I knew I was being a burden, but thank you so much.
I was able to work harder because of you. I got the job at the major company the other day.
Huh? Wow, congrats!
That means I can finally confess my feelings to you.
Huh?
Satomi-san, please go out with me, with future marriage in mind.
What? My sis and brother are marrying?
Yeah, I want to marry Satomi-san. If that happens, Chi-chan's gonna be my real sister.
So you're gonna be my real brother? I'm so happy.
Only if Satomi-san says yes to this.
How can I not say yes? I like you too, Akira-san. I've been wanting to date you too.
Just like that, we started dating. Eventually, I graduated the university and started working. Now that I was earning, I proposed to her at an expensive luxury restaurant. She said yes, and everything was going smoothly. One day, when we were having dinner at Satomi-san's room, someone visited her. When I opened the door, there was an elderly gentleman and a few people who seemed to be his servants. I was scared, but I decided to deal with them as I was trying to protect Satomi-san from them.
My name is Kanamochi, the president of Kanamochi Financial Group. I am the grandfather of Satomi and Chihiro.
Huh? My grandpa?
I am grandfather on your maternal side. My daughter decided to cut ties with me, and I didn't know her whereabouts. But I discovered that she passed away in an accident. I never knew your whereabouts until now. I'm sorry that I couldn't visit you sooner. I'm sorry that I couldn't help you at all.
My mom never told me about you.
Kanemochi-san's secretary proved that everything wasn't a lie, so we invited them into the house to talk.
And who is this?
Akira Yokoyama-san, my fiancé.
Your fiancé. Are you fine with a guy like this? Someone who can only rent a shabby apartment? You're Kanamochi's granddaughter. I could arrange you someone better. You don't have to be so quick to marry someone.
Is that how you opposed to my mom marrying my dad?
Oh! Yes, I thought I regretted this so many times. I should have congratulated my daughter's marriage. If I had, there could have been a different future. If he's the man you chose, he must be the right guy.
And I'm doing well and happy without you, Grandpa.
Actually, there's more to this. We've been running Kanamochi Financial Group as a family, but at this rate, there won't be many blood relatives left as the executives. I want you to come back and be part of the Kanamochi family again. Of course, Yokoyama-kun. If you're marrying Satomi, then you'll be the future president. Chihiro, I want you to get the best education possible.
I couldn't believe myself. Satomi-san was the granddaughter of the huge financial group, and I was going to be the future president? Everything was too sudden, and Satomi-san and I couldn't say anything that day. And later on, Satomi-san and Chi-chan returned to the Kanamochi family after so many talks and discussions. They gave us a big room in a nice apartment complex, and we're living together. Satomi-san quit her job and started working as a secretary to the president. Chi-chan no longer had to worry about tuitions now that Kanemochi-san was paying for her tuitions. I started working for the company where I got the offer from, but eventually, I'm planning to work for Kanemochi Financial Group so I could become their future president. Our lives had changed drastically, and we were so busy for a while, but Satomi-san and I had a huge wedding soon. I never thought that my life would be like this when I confessed my feelings to her in a shabby apartment.